Hello everyone. In the last lecture we have discussed about what is the meaning of data representation, what do you mean by data, what do you mean by data types in C programming language, and what is the abstract data type. So today we will discuss related to the data structure, as well as we will discuss related to the need of data structure, linear and non-linear data structure, and the last thing is classification of data structure. So the first thing is directly we will start the concept of data structure. So this particular question is asked many times in MSBT question paper, like it is asked for the summer 8, summer 10, summer 11, summer 12, as well as winter 12, summer 13, winter 13, winter 14, winter 15, as well as for the winter 16. So the first thing is we need to know what do you mean by data structure. In previous lecture we have learned what is the meaning of data. So the data means what? It is a collection of symbols, numbers or the characters. Now the thing is a data structure, it is a storing of collection of data, or we can say it is the specification of elements of structure, the relationship between them and the operations that may be performed upon them. It means that how we are trying to store the data, what is the relationship in between the data, and what kind of operations we can perform on the data. The data structure is mainly concerned with the following things. The first thing is organization of data, like how the data it is going to be organized. The second thing is associativity among the data elements. The third thing is accessing methods, like how to access the data. The fourth thing is related to the operations, like how and which kind of operations we can perform on the data. And the last thing is processing alternatives for the data. So while representing data, relationship between individual elements of the data should be considered. The data structure deals with representation of data, considering not only the elements stored but also their relationship to each other. For writing an efficient program, a proper data structure should be selected. A proper data structure should be selected so that the relationship between data elements can be expressed. Processing and accessing of data elements can be efficient. A data structure can also be defined as an instance of ADT, that is abstract data type. The next and important thing is what is the need of data structure, and this need of data structure question it will ask like for the 4 marks, and in previous MSBT question paper like summer 8, winter 8, summer 13 as well as for the summer 16 this question it is going to be asked. The first thing is we need to check what is the need of data structure. There is a close connection between the structuring of data and the synthesis of algorithms. For each data item there are number of operations. Data should be represented in a way that makes efficient implementation of operation. If a linear data is represented using linked organization, then modification is less time consuming, whereas accessing a large list becomes inefficient. In sequential organization, accessing is efficient but modification are costly. The thing is we need to check the goal. Here the goal is to organize the data. It means that the main thing is why we are using the data structure, that is to organize the data. Afterwards, by using the data structure in efficient manner we can store the data, we can retrieve the data as well as we can manipulate the data. And here by using the data structure it is we are getting the very efficient way to represent the data. As well as the data structure we are using in different programming languages. So here we can solve the real life problems efficiently, like inserting a data, deleting the data, searching the data as well as for the sorting purpose. And the representation also we can do by efficient manner, and this is the main need of the data structure. Now the thing is, we need to discuss about the linear and non-linear data structure. So the data structure we are going to be bifurcating like a linear data structure as well as the non-linear data structure. So the basically linear data structure, elements are arranged in a linear fashion, or we are going to be calling as a one-dimensional fashion. All one-to-one relation can be handled linear data structures. So the examples we can say like array, stack, queue, linked list, we are going to be calling as a linear data structure. Now coming to the next one, that is the non-linear data structure. All one-to-many, many-to-one or many-to-many relations are handled through non-linear data structures. Every data element can have a number of predecessors as well as the successors. Tree, graphs or tables, these are the examples we are going to be considering for the non-linear data structure. Diagrammatically, if you want to say like linear data structure, we are going to be calling, or we are going to be considering as a one dimensional, or we are going to be considering the relation like a one to one, like here, like this is the first one, second one, third one, like that the data it is going to be stored. And if you are considering the non-linear data structure, so here it is going to be considering as a one to many, many to one or many to many. And here examples we can consider like a tree or graph, or we can consider as a tables. And that is the thing we are calling as a linear as well as the non-linear data structure. The next important thing we need to discuss here, that is the classification of data structure. The classification of data structure are normally divided into the broad categories, like one is the primitive data structure and second one is the non-primitive data structure. The first thing is we need to discuss about what is primitive data structures. There are basic structures are directly operated upon by the machine instructions. These two general have different representation on different computers: integers, floating point numbers, characters, constant, pointers, etc. we are going to be calling as a primitive data structures. And already in C programming language we have learned what do you mean by integer, float, character as well as the pointer. Now come back to the next one, that is a non-primitive data structure. Generally, language provides a way of defining our own data type, such that types are kept under the non-primitive data structure category. Therefore, these are more sophisticated data structures. These are derived from the primitive data structures. The non-primitive data structures emphasize the structuring of group of homogeneous or heterogeneous data items. So under the non-primitive data structures, we are considering the arrays, list as well as the files. Under the list, we are considering the linear list as well as the non-linear list. So linear list we can say as a stack, queue. Non-linear list we can say as a graph as well as the tree. So this particular classification of data structure, it is going to be asked for the MSBT question paper. Previously it is asked for the summer 8, winter 8, summer 9, winter 9, summer 10, summer 12, summer 13, winter 14, winter 16 as well as winter 17 for 4 marks as well as for the 8 marks. So basically today we have learned related to the what is the basic concept of the data structure, what is the need of data structure, what do you mean by linear and non-linear data structure, and last thing we have discussed related to the classification of data structure. Thank you one and all.